Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you, wherever and whenever you are joining us. Welcome to our latest edition of What Caught My Eye, or WCME Sports. As always, I'm your host, the coach Nick Vesci, joined by the boy Stephen Vesci.
What up?
And the man Stephen Comlow.
Fresh cup of spite.
Yeah, trying to let's not have any more spit takes while we're at it.
If you know, you know. Latte Larry.
Yeah.
Now, if you're new to our show, we like to think of ourselves as the sports show for sports fans about sports. We like to focus on what happens inside the lines of competition rather than the outside noise, which dominates much of what you hear sports-wise nowadays. Now, before we get into our top catch for the show, just a reminder to follow us on all of our social media. That's on X, Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, TikTok, Snapchat, and Threads at WC_sports. Our episodes drop every Wednesday at noon on Spotify, YouTube, and iHeartRadio, and all that information can be found on our website, WCMEsports.com. Now, without further ado, get into our top catch for the show. And this week, we went with the second to last event on the PGA Tour's calendar. I know, yes, technically they have these events that happen, kind of after it, but
off season.
And whatever. But the second to last event was the BMW Championship that happened in Belle Reve in St. Louis this past weekend, where Wyndham Clark rattled off, 3 straight great rounds. I think it 66 and under for, I think, the first 3 rounds, and then hung on, shot a final round 70 to hang on to win that championship. You couple that with his triumph at the U.S. Open this year, that's a pretty damn good year. Like, it opens up the conversation of, is he player of the year? While everyone thought a foregone conclusion will just always be Scotty, Wyndham's kind of, slid his way in there to that discussion with this victory heading into the Tour Championship next week at Eastlake. So that was pretty good. He had people bearing down on him. At the end of the day, he was playing with Rory, right? Final pairing, playing with Rory. And you thought maybe, especially after the way the round started, maybe he would be the one to blink and that Rory would kind of push him, but it was the other way around. That shouldn't surprise you. Rory fizzled out, nothing there. The charges came from the likes of Gary Woodland made a charge, Patrick Cantlay made a charge, but I think I'm missing one other person, but it was still Wyndham's show. It was Wyndham's tournament to win, not to lose, and he took advantage of that. He's been playing great golf this year. He deserves a lot of credit for it, especially since the last few years. You've seen him kind of have big peaks and valleys, but him being able to play consistent enough golf against this field, which was the top 50 in the FedEx Cup point standings, for him to be able to do that, put together those 4 rounds, come away with that victory is huge. He has to be on the President's Cup team. He's got to be like the second person on there, I think, probably after Scotty. But that should be a good sign, bode well for him going into next week. But also, again, let's not forget President's Cup. Yes, it is dominated by the Americans. I think there's only 2 times ever that the Americans have lost to the world. But you have to win. You come out there thinking this is done and you're going to get stomped. So it was a good sign to see Wyndham get that victory. Remind the world that he is one of the top golfers there, that the outside noise isn't really brought on by him, but by other people. And so to see him kind of stick it to Rory, it felt like stick it to the rest of everyone and say, I'm always going to be a contender to win every time I step on the golf course was a pretty good showing for him.
Yeah, peaks and valleys, I think, definitely kind of sums up Wyndham Clark since his major win 2 years ago.
Was it 3? Was it the
Might have been
23
3.
U.S. Open? It was at LAFC. I just remember that.
You're absolutely right. Yeah. Peaks and valleys, because that he announced his presence with authority with that major win coming out of nowhere, and then being included into the Full Swing documentary on Netflix, where everyone kind of got to see kind of like his upcoming, right? His trials and tribulations that kind of led him, and like the perseverance that he's had to use to be successful on the tour. And so he became kind of a fan favorite, and then he kind of went cold, right? We saw some top 10s. We didn't see a whole lot of winning out of him. And I think because of those valleys, right, and because of his response to adversity in the last couple of years, I was among the people that was counting on him to kind of either choke or give it away to Rory on Sunday. But yeah, Wyndham didn't blink. In fact, Sunday, he hadn't sniffed a birdie all day, but then it was birdies on I think it was 15, 16, and 17.
Mm-hmm.
While Rory, I think, went par, bogey, bogey. So it was very, very big. And like, so again, to just kind of stare down the de facto number 2 golfer in the world, the back-to-back major winner or Masters winner, to stare him down and to lock in a victory in the BMW is massive. I mean, that's huge. And then kind of like what you said about Gary Woodland, that's also huge because Gary Woodland played himself into the finals next week. So he cemented himself in the top 30, getting an invite to the FedEx Cup finals, which is awesome. And our Leesburg boy, did you see Leesburg boy? Michael Brennan finished T10, finishing for the tournament.
Yes, but he didn't make the top 30, right? He
No.
needed like a top 5, top 3, which is a shame. But I mean, that's a good bounce. That's not bounce back. That's a good way to follow up arguably your biggest triumph of your life. The previous week at the was it the FedEx St. Jude? Yes.
Yeah, the St.
So yeah, I mean that's great to see that because oftentimes you kind of see the I don't know, like hangover that kind of right where not that you're intentionally doing it, but you know it's hard to sustain that. That's why like the guys who rattle off all these wins, it's insane, right? Like it's incredible. So yes, good for Michael Brennan, good for Gary Woodland to play his way into that, and you know good for Wyndham Clark, right? I do, if we have a chance, would like to continue to talk about some golf here. I believe the President's Cup, like I mentioned it, I believe their roster was announced, right? I thought
Let's
that
see.
U.S. captains Brant Snedeker, international team captain is Jeff Ogilvy. I thought their rosters were announced. Am I incorrect on that? I know the Solheim Cup rosters were announced, and our girl Lauren Coughlin from
UVA.
Yep, she made her second straight Solheim Cup team, so that was pretty awesome to see. But I thought they announced the President's Cup ones.
Our President's Cup team is as follows. Coming in at number 10, we got JJ Spawn, we have Xander, we have Ben Griffin, who's on a cold streak. Chris Gotterup. Yeah, Ben Griffin, he was eighth on the list. Yes. Chris Gotterup, Colin Morikawa, Russell Henley, Sam Burns, Wyndham, Cameron Young, and Scotty Scheffler. So much like what we like kind of dissected with when Ryder Cup came around, is we have some guys that are playing very good golf and are very hot, and then we kind of have some guys on this list that I'm just going to be very honest with you that kind of coasted in, that we haven't really seen a lot of this year, that we haven't really talked a lot of this year. Like I don't think I've brought up Russell Henley's name once. I haven't felt the urge to put any money on him for a top 20, a top 10. Because again, he last season he was awesome. Last year you could have counted on him for I think probably 4 or 5 top 5s. But yeah, I mean with Ben Griffin, Russell Henley. Honestly, I've been a little disappointed in JJ Spawn this year as well.
Now, Kamlo, I will say, not to cut you off, it looks like from what I'm reading is that only the top 6 are in, and the captain has 6 captain's choices. So
is this not the list that I'm seeing then? So maybe
reading,
he hasn't. Maybe Snedeker hasn't announced his team.
It says he has not. I think the international team might have been announced, but it says 6 captain selections to be named on a date to be determined. So basically, through August 23rd is when they stop counting the points. So the top 6. So you have Scheffler, Young, Wyndham, Sam Burns, Russell Henley, and Morikawa. Those are the ones guaranteed. The other ones will be captain's picks. I gotta think Xander, who on here is at 9th, is going to be one of the picks.
Yes.
How could you not?
He has to be.
Yeah, absolutely. So then it kind of opens the door of like who, who's next.
I would pick Justin Thomas over Ben Griffin. I would pick Patrick Cantlay over Chris Gotterup.
I don't know. I like Gotterup. Gotterup brings a little X factor kind of juice, different way. Like you could see him causing some,
But you're not going to sit. You're not going to sit
in the
Patrick.
international
You're not going to
team.
sit Patrick Cantlay. You're not going to sit Patrick Cantlay over one of those guys.
Well, no, but you also got to remember the format, I believe, is the same as the Ryder Cup in terms of, right, you do 4 sessions of like essentially team ball where
No.
it's 4
The
ball and
hosting team gets to pick the format.
but I think that just they pick which one you start with.
I don't know.
I think that's all that means. Like, I don't think they could just go, oh, we'll just play singles all 3 days. That's not,
No.
I think it's just whichever one you start each day with in the first 2 days, I think is what it is. But yeah, I mean, Xander's got to be one. Yes, I get what you're saying about Cantlay and JT, but I mean,
JT,
gosh, they
I
really.
could take him. I could take him or leave him, but Cantlay. I mean, the way he's playing right now. Again, you guys know that I will be one of the biggest like smack talkers about Patrick Cantlay that there is, because pace of play is something that's very important to me, and that guy is slower than Canadian molasses in January.
Rate of play.
Yeah, you ride the hot hand, and he's streaking right now. You can't sit him over a rookie.
Yeah, I mean, that's the other thing too. When you look at who else you're gonna pick, I mean, Jacob Bridgman, who?
No,
Right, Akshay could be cool and fun to see. Maverick McNeely, same type of thing. But then you get a lot of these guys. Like I would like Gary Woodland. I think that would be a good one to pick. He's sitting at 21st
Gary
in the
Woodland would
points.
be a very good
He's
one.
playing a lot better. I think it'd be a good story. That's a guy. Again, he wears USA stuff all the time. I think that would be one I would consider over almost all these other guys would be Gary Woodland. But then obviously you got these other guys, Keegan Bradley. I would like, but I don't know if he even wants to do it. You got guys like Harris English, JT Poston, Kurt Kitayama. It's like whatever. Like none of these guys sit there and say, oh, I got to take them. So I think you're right. You're going to go with Cantlay with the experience. You're going to go with JT with the experience. You have to. I mean, have to go with Xander.
You want to talk about riding a hot hand? I think Michael Brennan should get a look.
That's what I was trying to lead someone to say yes, right? Because what I was trying to say is, you look at all these guys, and there's not a lot of separation when you look at guys ranked.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
it's going to come down to analytics.
Hell, from Chris Gotterup down to number 50. Like this huge gap there. Is Chris Gotterup even really doing that much more than some of these guys? No, right? So yes, like I said, you got to take Cantlay, Schauffele, excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
Those 2 guys have got to go. JT, you're right. You probably have to take him, right? So then you have 3 other picks. Woodland's playing well with the experience. I would take him, and then you're right. You have 2 other picks. Maybe you go with a guy on a heater like Michael Brennan, and then maybe you go with another guy who's playing well, right?
You could also have guys that are like, you might want to just do like a deep dive into some analytics and figure out like strokes gained from scrambling, right? I mean, that's something we talked about big with Ryder Cup, was like, you want guys that are able to scramble and recover for those alternate shot matches where, if your partner sprays his driver, because, distance is going to be key. If you have a partner who sprays their driver, you want that second guy to be able to recover from the tall grass.
And it'd be, a solid iron player. Like, so that's where like a Gotterup would be a strategic pick there for certain things, because he's a guy who hits it big, takes chances, right? So if you were to pick him and pair him with someone, you're right, you couldn't pair him with another, bigger hitter. Like you couldn't pair him with Wyndham. That would be a disastrous pair, right? You'd have to pair him with someone like a Keegan Bradley, to be honest with you, like a Xander.
Yes.
Right? Those are the guys that mentally could be able to handle playing, possibly
Morikawa.
bad shots. Morikawa, yeah,
one of the
I don't know
best
if you
iron
see him
players in the
correct. I could see him having the head case thing of not having a hard time handling it being someone else's shot. Him one-on-one, I think, is
one
a
of the
lot
best
better
iron
than,
players on tour.
Yes, but iron is different than scrambling, right? When you're always in the fairway striking your iron from your shot that you chose, right? It's different than playing someone else's. Xander, I think, could literally play anything. You could throw Schauffele out there in any format in the world, and he'll be successful.
Yes, he could.
Right? So, that you're right, Kamlo. You're exactly right. Your other picks outside of
Well, what about Spieth then? Spieth is a scrambler. Because he's always in the most ridiculous
Spieth is
spot
this is a
on tour.
scrambler because he's just not. He's a shell of what he used to be. He
I
stopped
love
believing in his magic.
The PGA Tour is even like run with it. Like,
Yes, here's
they'll
Jordan
post
over
them,
here
like-
in the grandstands. Even the Under Armour commercials have run with it, right? The commercials that he does for Under Armour and for Dick's Sporting Goods, they lean into it, right?
Yeah, but I
God,
mean,
this guy's awful off the tee.
Yeah, like this new Under Armour shirt will keep you comfortable both on the tee box and when you're watching at home on the weekends. And it like pans over to Jordan. He's just really like,
but to be honest, all right, because again, Brandt Snedeker is the captain, who I think has a pretty good relationship with these other guys.
yes.
I wouldn't be surprised if you saw a scenario like we had at the Ryder Cup when Zach Johnson was captain,
where
where
you have the spring break boys, where you bring
Yeah.
JT,
Yeah,
Ricky,
you gotta-
and Jordan.
yeah.
You gotta stop with those boys. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Like they'll
No, it shouldn't happen. But again, I think Brandt Snedeker is kind of part of that.
Right on vibes.
Yeah. So
it hasn't worked.
If you want vibes, bring the three of us, Patty, AJ, and Pat, and Rory.
And Pat. Yeah, we need Pat there.
Just wheel us out there.
We'll give you some vibes. Yeah.
Yeah, you want vibes? Yeah.
Some birdie juice. We'll bring some Malort. And we'll have ourselves a time.
Put a fifth of Woodford in the bag and we're up and running.
How warm was that fucking Woodford?
It
That
was
had to be-
beyond room temperature. I don't know what temperature alcohol boils at. It was close. It was a summer day in a black golf bag.
We had that at your party too. At like
Yes,
when
we
me
did.
and your wife now, Tessa, with her, it was
Mhm.
me, Patty, her, and AJ, I think, playing, and we
Yes.
had Woodford in the bag too. And I was like, why are we doing Woodford right now? I mean, it was like
Shows how many
95 degrees that day.
Patty's making. It's the same bottle.
It's the same bottle. Yeah, true. That bottle's been up and down in temperature.
Yeah.
Wait, you only drink it if you've had a birdie?
It's
Yeah,
birdie juice.
To me, I think of birdie juice as the thing that I drink so I can make a birdie.
No,
Not
it's like a
that's-
reward.
Yeah, it's a reward,
So that
not
of
the.
course it's the same bottle.
Love you, Patty. Thanks for the free
Ooh.
booze.
We were all thinking it. Anything else golf wise from this past weekend, even leading up into next weekend tour championship that you wanted to focus on before we get into
No.
our three strikes?
No, I don't think so. I mean, we'll keep an eye on Snedeker and his announcement because it should be coming soon because President's Cup is, I believe, September 22nd is when like President's Cup week starts. Like,
September
08.
thank you. Yeah, I believe
The real thing,
like the-
right?
the festivities and the ceremony starts September 22nd and it'll conclude September 27th on that Sunday. And we're in Medina Country Club in Illinois.
Illinois.
Yobagoya.
The cheapest
Yeah, but nothing
bucket
else,
of
Nick.
beef in Illinois.
Is the international team official?
No, I don't
No,
believe they
same
are
thing.
either. I
6
didn't see anything.
captains, selections to be named on a date to be determined. They
Who's
they
heading
actually-
that team? Is it
Jeff
Luke Donald again?
Jeff Ogilvy.
Or it's not
Jeff
Luke Donald.
Ogilvy.
Luke Donald's European? Sorry, Ogilvy.
Jeff Ogilvy, yeah. Siwoo Kim leads that. Siwoo Kim, Matsuyama, Ryan Fox, who I'm surprised isn't one. To be
Sanjay's got to
honest.
be up there, right?
Tom Kim, Minwoo Lee, Adam Scott. Those are your top 6 who would qualify. Sungjae is at 9,
Really? Oh, well,
behind
he'll get the
Corey
nod.
Connors and Nico Echeverria.
Sanjay will get the tap.
Yeah, I gotta think so as well. And Jason Day is sitting at 11. Yeah, I think he would get picked as well. But
Probably. Hate
Yeah.
to say it, but
And
probably
I would
him
say
and his
you're
ridiculous
probably-
outfits.
you're probably picking Corey Connors too, who's sitting at 7.
Mhm.
He's got that experience. But I will say, in years past, the international team isn't always having guys who are playing the best either, right? It's kind of just a hodgepodge you've thrown together. There are some guys here who, Ryan Fox,
They're
Siwoo
gamers.
Kim, who have been playing well, is what I'm saying. Like, they're playing well right now.
Mhm.
And then you have Tom Kim, who is the type of guy that you want in this type of format.
He's the disruptor. Remember last President's Cup, him and Scotty got into like the shouting match and the peacocking, and Tom Kim's caddy pretty much had to grab him by the arm and went, dude, shut up. It's like taunting Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. Like, don't do it.
But yeah, so I mean, look, like I said before, it's really rare the U.S. loses this competition, especially this one
Yes.
being on home soil.
Mhm.
But you know, like you
We've
said,
been surprised
there's
before.
some gamers on the international side that they don't always get gamers who are, I'll pull a football metaphor, but willing to stick their nose in there, right, and take on the block. You kind of feel like that might be the case, but hey, you never, like you said, Colin, you never know. Stranger things have
Yeah.
happened. So yeah, when is that? You said end of September, I think.
Yes, opening ceremonies Tuesday, September 22nd.
Very good. Very good. All right. Move on to our 3 strikes. All right. Brought to you, as always, by Long Jewelers in Virginia Beach. Visit their location at the corner of Shore Drive and North Great Neck Road next to Hot Tuna. With the highest quality selection in the region and the best prices in customer service, it's no wonder that Long Jewelers wins Best of the Beach every year. Whether it's an anniversary, birthday, or repair, remember you belong at Long Jewelers. Who'd like to do the first strike before Kamala hits the button? All right.
Stevie's got his hand up. Give him the
yes, he
rock.
does. Hit the button.
Give me the rock. I feel like that Simpsons episode with Bart where he just says something, they look at him and he goes, "What? I haven't said anything in a while."
I didn't do it.
Did it? He admitted it? Okay. Let's go to week 0 of college football because in about 4 days, I guess like 3 days once we release this, the college football starts and it's going to be awesome. And your Who's are part of the opening week 0. So NC State plays at UVA. Thank God that game got moved from Brazil back to Charlottesville.
Stupid.
Yeah, and then there's also there's an international game as well to kick off the whole thing in Ireland. TCU versus UNC. At least it's a Power 4 matchup. But I guess we get to see if Bill Belichick is doing something with year 2. But I think this is I think UNC is going to be bad again. But here we go.
Wait, sorry, stop. So that was the deal because they opened last year with TCU. UNC did.
Yes.
What, that was at UNC, wasn't it?
Yeah, they go
So that
to
TCU
Ireland now.
agreed to a deal that we'll play you in 2 games against Belichick. But we'll travel to Chapel Hill and then we'll travel across the goddamn ocean, and we'll agree to
What's
that.
on the other side? That's Europe.
Europe. Do not swim to Europe.
Correct. TCU lost out in a home game, which is kind of bullshit.
Unless they play next year, right? Unless it was like a 3-year thing.
Correct, but you should keep college games need to stay on campus. If
Yes.
the NFL wants to do this
Yes.
shit, they can do this shit. College games have to stay on campus. It's just it's just a waste.
Now, it
So
should
I'm
be
glad
pointed out
you-
TCU kicked the shit out of UNC last year. That should be at least
That
pointed
is
out.
correct. TCU is a 7.5 point favorite to start. I would take that. Yeah. And then UVA 5.5 point favorite at home against NC State. You got, by the way, North Dakota State first year in Division 1. They play Jacksonville State in the Fargo Dome. That's at 5:30.
The former Fighting Rich Rods.
Correct. Yes.
Fighting Riley Greens.
The Riley Greens.
Jacksonville State in Alabama.
That's correct.
And they're the Cocks.
Yes. Thank you for that.
Gamecocks. We get it.
I get it. Jacksonville State. Jack State. Yeah, we get it.
The more you know.
Jesus Christ.
Go over
and
to
then-
Third Ferguson.
7:00 game, Hawaii
Big Cat,
at
it's funny.
Stanford, which is like a noon game for Hawaii, by the way. Stanford -4 in that game. A lot of people love Hawaii. Florida State plays. They played New Mexico State on the CW. I wonder if that's Tom Brenneman doing that game.
Could hope.
And then you end the nightcap with Memphis at UNLV.
Which is
There's
some
very
really
interesting.
good.
Yes, there's some
intriguing
legitimate matchups and legitimate consequences in these games. Like NC State UVA, that's an ACC game. It's not like last year where it didn't count. Right? This game means something now because the ACC went to 9 conference games. So NC State at UVA means something. That could literally be a difference maker in 3 months of who's playing in the ACC championship, which is wild to say, but that actually could
I mean,
be the case,
hell,
which
that
means a college football playoff implications as well.
yeah, hell,
So-
that game was a difference maker last year, right? That was UVA's lone loss heading into the ACC championship game. You wonder. Look, let's be honest, right? Even
They
if they
lost to
had,
Wake Forest.
did they lose?
They lost to Wake Forest.
Whatever. Well, for the longest time, that was the one loss. That was their blemish. And that was a game that they could have won. And I think
Should have
Chandler
won.
Morris got
Chandler
hurt
Morris
in that
threw it.
game.
No, he threw an interception to end the game.
He did, but I thought he had like gotten hurt and come back.
He got hurt. He may have. He got hurt in the Wake
But-
Forest game, which is why they lost that one.
Yes, I remember that. Yeah,
But
so
UVA. But by the way, going into that this game this year, NC State returned CJ Bailey, who a lot of people love. Like, that dude's dynamic. But they lost a few of their like best players, like Hollywood Smothers and their top receiver, I believe, is gone as well. So they're going to replace those guys, which this is the new age of college football. You lose people, you replace them. So it's kind of like a crapshoot of, well, which team do you think is better type thing. And NC State is always the biggest wild card in like the entire country, because they could beat the best team in the country one week and then lose to Boston College the next week. I think they won like 8 games last year, and they were so up and down. Like, they lost a couple games where you go, how the hell did they lose that? And then turn around and win this
didn't
game.
they like get almost
They
get
started
killed by
off
Tech?
like
Didn't Tech like
they started off
smoke them?
3-0. They got smoked by Duke. They lost to Tech at home, and then got smoked by Pitt, and then beat Georgia Tech by 2 scores. And Georgia Tech was ranked number 8 at the time. Like, the team makes no sense. That's NC State. They ended up winning 8 games. They went 8-5 last year. But your Wahoos went 11-3. And by the way, have the oldest team in Power 4, I believe.
Really?
And I looked at their depth chart. They released their depth charts on Tuesday. So starting in this game, by the way, Cam Robinson is listed as a starter.
Yeah, I saw that.
Coach Tony Elliott said he would be a game time decision, but I believe he's going to play. Their starters, no one is less than a third year starting on that team. And there are multiple 7th year starters, including 2 on the offensive line, multiple 6th year starters, bunch of 5th years.
Just like the old days.
Just like the old days. How 7 years of college football happens? A lot of people go to college for 7 years, called doctors.
Thank you. You're gonna make me choke on my own spit.
But it like,
you just come up with that one on your own. If you did, that's like one of the most clever jokes you've ever had.
It's from Tommy Boy.
Then no,
Come on.
You're
Good
not
for you
clever.
for not plagiarizing.
It's from
Way to
How
cite
do you
your
not-
sources.
You don't remember that?
fat
Chris Farley, where did he go to
guy
school in that movie,
little
Nick?
coat. I haven't seen Tommy Boy enough. He probably went to Wisconsin,
Marquette.
Marquette,
I believe it was Marquette.
because you
Which
know
is in
Chris,
Wisconsin.
Chris Farley's a Wisconsinite,
Wisconsin.
Wisconsonian,
Wisconsiner.
Wisconsonian,
Wisconsiner.
Wisconsinner, a Scotty,
Cheesehead.
Yes.
a cheese.
But-
Yes,
Anyway, I believe he went to Marquette in that movie. You
Mm-hmm.
double check me on that one. But a lot of people think UVA is just going to like take a step back, which doesn't make any sense to me because the schedule is extremely weak. And they're so old. I think Tony Elliott's a really good coach now. If you watch, like, all of a sudden when he got money and decided to get the players he wanted, they win 11 games. I know the schedule benefited them, but there's something to be said about that of like, they might be sitting 75th or like whatever in the recruiting standings, but who gives a shit now? Like, okay, your
Facts.
freshman 4-star and 5-star guy is going against my 6th year grad student. Like, okay, I've got a 23-year-old over here and an 18-year-old over here, and a guy that's been proven like production wise in college football. Like, there's something to be said about this and the style that he's doing it and the players he's getting. Like, I think this team is going to be really, really good. And we'll see. It starts. What I love about college football is that everything sounds great on paper and you got to play the games, right? I could talk about, I think UVA is underrated this year. I think they're going to be really good, but NC State could come out and CJ Bailey could throw for 500 yards and just wreck them, right? That could also happen. So it's just fun that college football is back. We have some really good matchups. Also, that Hawaii-Stanford game. A lot of people love Hawaii because they beat Stanford last year. They have their, the quarterback and everything. However, I think Stanford's actually going to be competitive this year. Now, their schedule is ridiculously difficult. They might win the same amount, but they might win 4 games based on the schedule, but they're going to be competitive and they're going to give teams problems. Andrew Luck is not in the business of just not being good at football, right?
Wait,
They
is he playing? Does he have any
He's not
eligibility
playing.
left? Because you can go to the NFL and come back to college now.
Here we go.
Actually, you can't, because the Big Ten and the SEC just announced that you can't do that.
So what's that kid gonna do then?
They're still probably going to play. I'm sure he's still probably going to play.
They said the SEC announced it. They also said,
there's penalties.
We didn't. Yeah, there's penalties, and we don't pay
penalties
players, or we didn't pay players back in the 90s.
All of a sudden, the SEC sucks because once you start paying players. Funny how that happens.
Crazy how that works.
Crazy how that works. It's hilarious. But I really think Stanford's actually going to be competitive. They'll have an identity, which is the biggest thing to me in college football is, do you have an identity and do you play to your strengths, right? It's the same thing as to why like Iowa always is good every year, and people go, I don't understand, how is Iowa good? How they winning this game? They beat the shit out of Vanderbilt last year in that bowl game when both teams were at full strength. Don't give me any bullshit, SEC people. Both teams were at full strength. Iowa beat the shit out of Vanderbilt. They dominated that game physically, and they played to their strengths so well. Iowa's going to be good again, right? Stanford is coming with the Andrew Luck, Harbaugh thought process of, we're going to run the football. They're returning their running back. I'm sure they got help on the offensive line coming back. They're going to give teams fits because they're going to know what they are, right? That's why I think Stanford's going to be like a problem for some teams. I don't think they'll have a good record just because their schedule sucks. But I think they're going to be like a team that's going to be competitive. And then Memphis UNLV that's a really big matchup for the group of 5, group of 6, whatever you want to call it. That could literally have college football playoff implications for those two teams. Dan Mullen at UNLV. Yes. By the way, you know who is a famous UNLV alum?
It's Guy Fieri.
Yep.
I thought you said famous. Did he say dipshit? Did he say dipshit alum? I thought he said famous.
Donkey sauce.
Sorry, audio must have cut out there for a minute.
You didn't. I don't think you mentioned San Jose State at USC, Southern Cal. I think that's a game that's happening.
Yeah, that is a game.
But
as Sacramento State and at Eastern Michigan is also a game.
The Emus.
Sac State. San Jose State at USC is on NBC at 3:00. I didn't mention it because USC is a 38.5 point favorite. So there's also New Mexico State at Florida State.
You said that. That's the Tom Brenneman game.
Oh, that's right. I did say that is the Tom. I really hope that is the Tom Brenneman game. I'd have to think it is because it's on the CW. And there's a deep drive by Castellanos.
Yes, thank you. But yeah, it should be week 1. It's not. Week 0 is stupid. 0 is not.
It's really stupid. I don't get it. And it also bothers me that like the biggest college football media personalities don't even recognize like that college football is starting. They're like, I will watch, I will consume week 0, but when 90% of the sport isn't playing, it's not the start of college football. Bullshit. If one team's playing, it's the start of college football.
Correct.
That's how it works. I don't know why.
The NFL, when they play their first game on a Thursday, they're all not playing. They didn't start.
It's the stuff you have to do for like, I guess, TV,
money,
social media, all the stuff, all the
money,
yeah,
to have a house. to have food,
It's
a
so dumb.
car.
I would never sell out like that, man.
To
Find
pay
out
for
next
our
week.
way of life.
Find out next week when I think
Yeah.
Alabama's gonna lose 10 games.
Yeah.
It's like sometimes people only do things because they get paid, and that's just
Yeah,
really
I just
sad,
don't get it,
man.
It's really sad. Just don't get it, man.
Lord willing, we all meet again in Spaceballs 2. The search for more money.
More money.
Merchandising.
Spaceballs, the flamethrower. The kids
The
love
kids
this one.
love this one.
Bless Mel Brooks. Isn't he actually 100 years old? Like he's like 98, 99 years old. Or did he turn 100?
He might have turned. I think he turned 100.
So yeah, let's not disrespect Mel Brooks like this.
He's still doing the producers.
He's
Amazing.
100 years
Anyway.
old. He is 100 years old. That is incredible.
And still just one of the funniest guys out there.
And still doing stuff.
Yes.
100.
He's still very active.
His
You know, it's
mental
important to keep up.
faculties are all there. That's
It's important
astounding.
It's important to stay active in your later years.
Yeah.
Scientists
Look
believe
at you mall walkers.
that man will live to be 120 years old. I believe I'm going to be that first person.
My body is a microchip. A grain of sand.
No, the microchip has been compromised.
Thank you, Chris Traeger.
Stop pooping.
Anything else before we move on to our second strike?
No, I'm excited for
No.
college football. This is the best like week 0 again, like
Go
start of college
Hurricanes.
football. But the start of college football, we've had in a long time. There's always like one game. The Ireland game usually has a decent matchup, but typically it's dog shit like cupcake football, and we actually have something going on in week 0, which is pretty good. So I'm happy about that. I'll get drunk and watch football. You don't have to twist my arm.
Yeah. I wanted to go to the game, but I was struck down. I was like, why not?
It's gonna be nice out.
I don't know. Responsibilities.
We have an adult
Kids.
pool party that we're going to.
The opposite
Sounds
of
brutal.
responsibilities.
What?
Sounds terrible. What the fuck?
An adult pool party where you can drink by the pool?
Is the game gonna be on at the pool?
The game will be done by the time we go there. Yeah,
The game starts at 3:30.
Find your father-in-law's
the
hidden
pool
Captain
party's at like
Morgan.
9, 8.
Okay.
Which
That's
way too
during the
late.
day,
That's way too late for me. I don't drink. I don't stay up past 10 o'clock at night. That's insane.
I'll see.
Jesus Christ.
Hit the button, comma.
I'm hitting the button for strike 2.
Day drinking's a lot better anyway.
Mhm.
Drinking.
All right, so let's talk Little League World Series here for a little bit. Everybody's favorite topic this time of the year. I know the Vesci boys are particularly fond of the Little League World Series,
What?
but there's one headline in particular that I want to talk about. This young lady, that's right, young lady in the Little League World Series by the name of Kinley Rasmus, who is just an absolutely electric two-way player. And given the climate, you know, obviously, like, everyone is in love with a good two-way player right now because of Shohei Ohtani, right? It's just you see a good two-way player. It's where it generates clicks, it generates views, it generates conversation. But Kinley Rasmus is just mowing people down from the mound. I believe she either tied or broke the record for most strikeouts thrown by a female pitcher in the Little League World Series. I believe she's up to 14 right now after striking out 6 in the last 4 innings of their last game. And she's lighting it up at the plate. This girl is driving the ball down the line and racking up RBIs and hits like it's no one's business.
I think she's hitting like 715
Yes.
in the World
Yeah,
Series.
It's something stupid like that. And the last name should sound familiar because she's related to guys that are in the show. Her dad is which Rasmus is he?
You said Corey.
Corey Rasmus is her dad. That's right. And her uncle is none other then
Colby.
That's right. They all have C names. I think there's another Rasmus, and his name is Kyle, and he spells it with a C. I don't know what the parents were doing.
So it's like the Pratts who.
That's exactly what I was thinking. It's the Pratts with the Corey and Chris.
Yes.
And Kyle.
And Kyle.
And Christy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, she's getting it done. It's super fun to watch, honestly, and it's another reason to tune in. I particularly enjoy the Little League World Series, and kind of like what we were talking about with like the pageantry and the showmanship of like the Field of Dreams games, right? Or when MLB goes out of their way to do a game like the Bristol like Motor Speedway game, the Little League World Series just feels special, right? Because it's kids that just want to play the game, right? Of course, every now and then you get some really stupid headlines like the parents that filed an injunction in a court to allow their team to continue to play, which is just dumb. Like, let the kids play ball.
Those
right?
parents are such pussies.
I agree.
I can't stand those parents. Like the like pay to play bullshit that they do. Like I remember like when we were growing up, all the kids that went to Cooperstown to play in these tournaments, whatever like, oh, you haven't been to Cooperstown? I'm like, no. Why would my dad pay? You think my dad's gonna pay money? No.
We didn't even have a bat till fucking high school.
No,
I didn't have batting gloves.
And I never had a bat.
You
it was
guys
your bat.
talked
It was
so
your bat
much
that got
shit.
handed down. It was your bat that got handed down. Then I used a team bat.
Then
It rattled when you shook it.
bat was like a handed down team bat. Is never new.
I remember you guys talking a lot of crap about the Little League World Series growing up because you guys, the motto in your guys' house was, these guys aren't even good. They just have the most expensive equipment.
Because they do.
Or that's true.
You watch some of these home runs that are hit. The kid is not
the
driving the ball.
The kid can't even follow through. The kid can't follow through on his swing and like deadens, and the ball goes 300 feet. Bullshit. That's bullshit, man.
And because now they manipulate the age. You talk about let the kids play. No, this is all a bullshit money making scam for the parents and the TV things.
Correct.
Like they go out of their way to like try to skirt the rules
call
on
this episode
on
the
age
search for
things.
more money.
Yes, on age restrictions, right? They Little League move theirs or change theirs a little bit, so now you can be older, and now basically they go out and they like. Because now the age is something where you could play on a big field or you could play on a little field. Well, so many of these things like propagate to have kids, instead of developing, force them to play on the smaller field just so they can make the Little League World Series and
like
go
sound
on.
angry.
Well, because it's a scam. It's exploitation. It's pulling the wool over your face, trying to pass something off as pure and unadulterated, but it's poisoned by the greed and avarice of adults. It smells. If it smells like a rat and looks like a rat, it is a rat. That's all this shit
Stinks.
The
is.
Little League World Series
smells real bad.
Look
Stinks.
like a rat. Okay, let's
Yes,
just be
it
very, I'm gonna be
does.
very
Yeah,
clear
it
about
does.
that.
We've always
Bullshit.
hated the Little League
I'm
World
not going to
Series.
besmirch the Little League World Series. You
I
have
will
no
besmirch it.
shame. You
I will
have
besmirch
no
it.
shame.
The Little League World
Good
Series
Lord.
sucks. When you were 12, 13 years old, and if you had the choice to go play on the big field, right? You go play on like Babe Ruth or whatever, you go get to play on the big field, or you can play Little League again. Why are you choosing to play Little League again? Go play on the big field. One of the biggest things I want to do, I wanted to like throw the ball from shortstop on a big field. I wanted to see how to like, holy shit, like wow, you step foot on that big field, it's so much different. Like I want to throw the ball. That distance is so much further. Is like, all right, you're growing up. Like I want to be like the big leaguers. I don't want to play Little League.
Let's not forget the measurement requirements in terms of the drop weight on bats is different once you move up to the bigger field. Like it doesn't.
They're changing. By the way, they're changing that in high school now. Did you know this?
Absurd.
They're allowing drop 5 in high school,
Pussies.
which is that's exactly what I said.
Can we get away from? Can we change the way we talk about this? Can we just be positive for once? You guys are so crotchety and
you
angry.
brought up
Like
bullshit,
who hurt
and
you?
I called
Who
you
hurt
out
you?
on bullshit.
You're not calling me out. You're calling an entire sporting organization.
Yes,
I'm not a representative. I'm someone who enjoys
all a
watching
scam.
it.
I don't think I've watched the Little League World Series
No.
since I was in Little League, and
Correct.
that was when we said, "Fuck these kids."
You did not.
Yes, we
Actually, I
did.
believe you
We were
did.
12
I
years old,
100%
and we
believe
said,
that.
"Fuck these kids."
You see, like that, it's so for anyone that's still listening and wasn't personally offended by the Vesci brothers
There's
rant.
nothing offensive what we said.
One, I apologize.
If
Two,
you're
I just hope
offended, that's
everyone.
on you, brother.
Yeah, you're an old man and a fool.
I know. Take from you your power.
Yeah, right. No, my Rawlings icon. My drop 8 Rawlings icon. No.
Drop 8.
But you guys are so
jeez.
crotchety. But anyways,
Yeah,
to get back to my
13-year-old
central
kid
point.
out there swinging like a drop 13 bat with a barrel half the size of his fucking face. Of course he's going to hit the ball 350 feet. What? So stupid.
Nick, they're kids, man.
No, but
They're kids,
Are they?
man.
Are they?
They're
Danny
pawns,
Almonte.
man. Danny Almonte. They're always
Danny Almonte. Was he
think
a
about
kid?
how many scandal things there's been. He's not the only one who's been caught at this level. There was someone like not that long ago. Like there's always some bullshit about that. How could you?
Goddamn
Yes,
Bernice.
We want to say it
Great
is
beaver
pure and
tranquilizer.
all this crap, right? It's not. It's not. It's
You ever
just
think
as
you're part of
pure
the
as
problem?
the SEC. That's what it is.
No, you're the problem.
Yeah.
Lane Kiffin? Yeah, they were about as pure as Lane Kiffin. I did see the kids were asking Jacob Mizorowski about like any advice for us, like pitching wise or whatever. He said, throw it middle, and pray. That was his advice. And literally the kid who said that, given the interview, had the same look, Nick, you had on his face because he was like, thanks, dude. Like, that was awful advice.
Yeah, sorry, I'm not 6'8" and throw 105 miles an hour with
He was like,
late
thanks,
movement
man. Like,
that's almost a foot on my fastball. I thought
the
you were going to
gods,
say, just throw breaking balls, kids. Just snap off those
no, he said
sliders.
throw middle. You said throw middle as hard as you can and pray. And it was like that. And the kid's
Not
face after
pitching.
I know. And the
That's
kid's
just
face
throwing.
was like, yeah,
What you're
no,
gonna want to
it's-
do is get in the gym, arms like Aroldis Chapman,
Yes.
and just be physically built for gas. All gas,
glamour
all the
muscles,
time.
man. Don't work anything else out but
God,
glamour
you guys
muscles.
are-
Buys
you
and
guys are
tries, brother.
ridiculous.
Pecs.
I can do
I
way
hope-
more push-ups than you. And that's
I'm
like
gonna go. I'm gonna go a
1,000
little Ricky
muscle
Bobby on
groups.
you to close this strikeout. I'm gonna go a little Ricky Bobby here to close it out. I hope all 4 of your kids are talented athletes and are able to play in the Little League World Series, and you have to go and watch and develop an interest in the Little League World Series. That is the karma that I'm wishing on you and your house. I'm wishing your kids nothing but success in the Little League level of baseball.
my wife would never allow it.
I will hang
There-
up and listen.
My wife will never allow it. Apparently, my daughters have to play lacrosse. So there's no softball. We'll see what happens though.
They can
Mhm.
play
We'll see if they-
baseball, douchebag.
we'll see if
That
they play
was the whole
baseball.
point of Kamla's strike. Hit the button, Kamla, before
Yeah,
I
bring him up for
pop
strike
a
3.
blood vessel.
Yeehaw.
Fuck them kids.
You're out
My
of here.
Yeah, hashtag
Give him
FTK.
Give him the heap. Give him the heap. So, my strike, I had a little tennis for you, yo. Turn to my
We're
man.
an elitist sport.
Yeah, that's a pretty elitist sport.
You know, we say that
Played
though.
by an elitist university.
You say it, but I mean, hey, look, it's one of those things where you don't need a lot of equipment to play tennis.
We're at capacity for you.
You need a racket and a ball. Like that's it, and you just play against the wall. So the elitist idea behind it is the same way. Like if you're gonna call tennis elitist, then baseball's elitist, because that's essentially what you're looking at there in terms of getting recruited and all certain things. Tennis, anyone can play.
I called tennis elitist because you called the Little League World Series elitist and corrupt.
I didn't say elitist.
I just wanted to retort.
Little League World Series is not elitist. It's just it's a scam.
It's a scam. It's not elitist. But anyway, I wanted to highlight my boy Brendan Nakashima from
UVA,
Charlottesville, Virginia.
Well, no,
Thomas Jefferson's University.
Yeah, he's from UVA. I don't think he's from Virginia. I thought he was from California. But
probably
Nakashima became the first American man since 2011 to reach the semifinals of both the Canadian Open, which is it's like something the National Bank Open, and the Cincinnati Open in the same year, after he defeated fellow American Taylor Fritz in the quarters on Friday. It was Nakashima's fourth top 10 win of the season, and he was 1-4 against Fritz heading into the tournament. So he's continuing on his pretty good heater. He eventually lost to fellow American Francis Tiafoe, who is the son of an immigrant who was living in essentially a tool shed at the tennis courts where he learned how to play. So the elitist, okay, go ahead.
He has a brew line, though.
Go ahead, tell that to Francis Tiafoe. Tiafoe eventually fell in the finals to number 21 Arthur Fies, the Frenchman, the 22-year-old Frenchman who now is the highest-ranked French player in the world at a career high rank of 11. It was his first career Masters 1000 championship crown that Arthur, because it's Arthur. It's spelled Arthur Fils, but I believe it's Arthur Fies, kind of like Guillemot Fils. But that 22 years old, already got up to 11 in the world, is electric, great athlete. I think Goran Ivanisevic is his coach, who I believe is a legendary server in his own right. And so I saw that as his coach. It's like, oh, maybe this Feast guy is like huge. He's not. Like, he's a good size, like 6'1", 6'2", solidly built. So he must just be like muscle and athletic as all get out. So watch out for him coming into the U.S. Open. He's the guy, another guy that came in out of nowhere for the most part. Like, hasn't like worked his way up this year, just like Rafa Hodar from
UVA.
And Nakashima has made a big push and run. So if you add a lot of fairly young guys who have made big pushes that are creeping up into the top 10, not just like a push like, oh, I'm in the top 50. Like, these guys are pushing into the top 15, top 20, top 10. So U.S. Open, it's starting soon. I believe on Sunday it starts. So watch out for some of these guys who are playing really good tennis right now, especially because, like we said, right, Joker looks like this is maybe his last year might be next year, right? He's basically done. Obviously, he can still win because he's, that type of person. But we said, right, you have Alcaraz and Sinner. Alcaraz has been nursing injuries. Sinner's had some issues this year as well. So you're looking at possibly one of those events where you have a lot of guys who can win or make deep runs. So it's just some guys to look at there when that gets kicked off over the weekend. Anything else strike-wise before we move on?
Yeah, Brewline to beat Ethel Kennedy.
Newman plays tennis.
He's fantastic.
That's my favorite line of that. Newman plays tennis? He's fantastic. Because it's like Newman would be, it makes no sense. He would be fantastic at tennis. So, did have one thing before we got into our favorites. A couple of things to open. I'm going to open the boys first. All right.
Yes,
Look,
I'm
this
excited
is
for this.
completely sealed. This is a jersey that we bought. All right.
Who did we buy it from?
I was getting there just because it's on the nice package.
I thought you forgot.
I think. Oh, yeah, you can see it a little bit. This is from Retro Locker. All right. And
I know what the jersey is. Let's go.
Look at this. Look at this beauty
Is that
right here.
That's
is
a
that
beauty right there.
Is that a Cole Rush Zach Frazier? Is that what that is?
Yes, it is. Oh man, this is nice.
Let's
My
look at
God.
it.
go.
What?
That is
Goodness.
pristine.
That's
Wow.
fucking sick.
Look at the stitching on this bad boy.
The sleeves
You
are a
can-
little off from what the real Cole Rush is, but
Correct.
still, that's awesome.
That
Do
is still
some-
sweet.
Do some
That's still
ASMR on the
awesome.
stitching. Hold it up to the mic and like drag your finger across it. Oh yeah, that's quality. That's
the
quality
stitching for you.
craftsmanship.
Yeah, this is Zach Frazier, by the way, one of the
Zach
best
Frazier's
centers
awesome.
in the NFL right now for the Steelers.
Yes.
Mhm.
Was one of the best centers in college football while he was a Mountaineer. But yeah, this is the boys' jersey that we got for him,
Let's
size
go.
large. That's sweet.
Let's go. The Cole Rush jersey is so good. I know that's like
Yeah.
not the official Cole Rush jersey, but like the way the numbers are the exact same. That like
Yeah.
reflector.
That's
thing.
that's iconic.
Yeah, that was done on purpose for the actual
Mhm.
Cole Rush jersey to make it the like reflector. Thank you, Nick. For like that's how the guys going into the coal mines, like that's how their
Mhm.
high vis would like the stripes on a high vis would
To
reflect
OSHA standards.
up to OSHA MSHA standards.
MSHA.
Mine safety.
MSHA, I hardly know.
That's not what I was thinking. I got the black lung.
Stop doing that.
I can't hear
jersey.
I can't hear a damn thing.
We can
I think
hear
I
the
got the
whole
black
thing.
lung pop.
But yeah,
That is
it's
a really sweet
it's a
jersey.
sweet jersey. It is a sweet
Yeah.
jersey.
beautiful.
Thank you, Retro Locker.
Yeah,
Yes.
thank you, Retro Locker, for producing and shipping such a high quality piece of material.
And Zach Frazier's a dude, man. I love
Yeah.
Zach Frazier.
Dog.
One of my favorite Mountaineers ever.
Mhm.
Yes.
Dog.
Now I had one for myself here. This is from Mystery Shirt in a Box. These are they do
Mhm.
football
You can call
shirts,
soccer.
or soccer jerseys is
And you
what we
just-
would
that's
call it
just
here in
call
America.
it.
And I think they actually they had basketball stuff. I don't know if they still do it, but this was my shirt of the month. It's the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah, I've seen ads
all
for that
year.
subscription service, and I've heard nothing but really, really good things. And so I was always wondering if I was ever going to know anyone who tried it before I decided to spark up a membership there. So I'm happy that you jumped in. Enjoy your shirt. Show the inside of the box. That's also very quality.
Yes.
Nice message, right? You just don't get that level of personalization anymore. That's special.
Now, one of the things that I do like a lot about Mr. Shirt in the
You
Box.
love a good mystery.
First
Yes.
off, yes, I love that. That you once you
Yes, you
tell
can
me
have
you're in a
the
random thing
Yeah.
and I'm not gonna know it, I
Mhm.
just
You're
done.
hooked.
6
well,
to
it's time
midnight,
for your
like,
it's time for your bride. Yeah, it's time for your bride. You can have the lovely washer and dryer machine that the lovely Smithers is standing next to, or you can have what's in this box. The box.
Yes. Now, what I do love is because so many of the jerseys that you get are fairly obscure. I know it's hard to see. They always include a little card here that tells you about the team that the jersey's from, right? So I got
That's cool.
Fratese. Fratese, the black-shirted stars of Frata Maggiore, are one of Italian football's new kids on the block. Founded in 2012 and already making waves after snapping up Atletico Bosco's spot, they rocketed from Promozione to Eccellenza in their debut season, then bagged promotion to Serie D the very next year.
she's
Their
getting it right,
badge, a
loser.
bold white star on black, simple, sharp, and impossible to miss, with a knack for quick climbs and a fan base that dreams big. Fratese are proof you don't need a century of history to make a mark in Italian football. Did you know the club won Eccellenza in their second season, a meteoric rise by any standard? So thought I
New
love
kids on the
that.
block. You say, Mark Wahlberg.
Invincible.
Your constant harassment from the new kids on the block.
Whoa! All right.
Wow.
blue gas and
unintentionally
power.
on theme with the Coal Rush jersey.
Yeah.
Yes, that is
Blackout
true,
jerseys
right?
for a Tuesday night podcast.
Yes,
Let's go.
That's
I-
dope.
I do like the idea that it is just 1 star, plain simple, to the point. But yeah, this is pretty sweet. Fratese
Classic Cowboys fan likes
1928.
the 1 star.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the Cowboys don't win it. They suck. So I'll just wear my Fratese jersey.
Let's hear the craftsmanship.
Well, see, it's different. Like soccer jerseys.
Yeah, I
don't
know.
work.
Yeah, but it
But
might
here's
sound different. It does sound different.
Yeah, because it's more
That's
like
quality.
a silicone rubber type of thing. Yeah, this is
Soccer
actually,
jerseys are printed on.
Yeah,
You know what?
That's
That's
Star
a
and
nice looking jersey, though. Very clean. They weren't right.
You know
It's
what?
very simple, understated, but recognizable immediately.
yes,
I
You know
like
what
that.
star? You know what star in Italian is?
Stella.
Stella.
Okay, that's kind of cool. I thought it was like a gold rimmed glass for a beer.
No, that's
That's
Belgium,
Belgian,
for Italian.
dick.
Yeah, that's Belgium for Italian or for a star. I mean,
It's all Greek to me. Nice. All right, good unboxings. Wow. Thank you, mystery shirt in a box.
Yes, pretty sweet. I love it.
Yeah,
All right,
very
so
sweet.
that special segment is gonna lead
Mm-hmm.
us into our favorites segment, brought to you as always by One Legacy Title and Escrow in Jacksonville, Florida. Follow them on Instagram at One Legacy Florida and visit them at onelegacyflorida.com to see how they can help you with your next house closing. One Legacy Title and Escrow, because your legacy matters. And this week, I'm sure inspired by the beginning of college football, we went with our favorite tailgate eats, like favorite things to eat at a tailgate. Who'd like to start us off?
I'll go first.
Go ahead.
From a school that didn't really have a whole lot to tailgate. Kind of
you guys were
broadened
undefeated.
Still are. I had to broaden my horizons to visiting games or games that I was visiting, and just any tailgate in the sense. Think of Blink 182 at Jiffy Lube, circa 2010.
Was that an
In the
IHOP or was that a
IHOP park.
Denny's?
It was IHOP. Or you got
Maybe
chased
the
off.
Cops are coming. We got.
Yeah.
The grill's still sitting there. I'm sure.
Up. All right. So honorable mention. I went with chicken wings or buffalo wings in the honorable mention spot, just because I love chicken wings, one, but I am more of a fried wing than a grilled wing guy. And I don't think you're going to get quality chicken wings at a tailgate as you would like grilled wings at a restaurant type thing. But never a bad time for a chicken wing. Drums over flats. I recognize I'm probably in the minority.
Wrong.
I love a good drum. A good drum. Number 5. This is on the list not just because it's delicious, but because I also have an appreciation for the amount of time it takes to make this. I'm going pulled pork barbecue. Give me some pulled pork barbecue, because you know that if someone took the time to smoke and pull some pork, they started way before the tailgate. Probably the night before.
That's usually one you bring. They do it overnight. They bring it, and it's in the little burners.
You do the finishing touches. Yeah.
Yeah, you have the little burners and the foil or whatever. Yeah, that's where the pulled pork comes from.
Yeah, pulled pork barbecue sandwiches in the 5 spot. Number 4, I'm going to go with barbecue chicken, specifically barbecue chicken thighs. I prefer a chicken thigh over a chicken breast when it comes to barbecue. I like the dark meat. But there's one instance in particular, and this is, I think, really seals it on the list. I can remember going to one tailgate for like I think it was a Navy football game, and there was a guy who had almost like an open fire pit that he wheeled onto into the parking lot, and he was, oh my gosh, he was skewering the chicken thighs and like basting them and brushing them. Oh my gosh, it was so good. The char, the sweetness, the mesquitiness. Oh, they were perfect. But yeah, barbecue chicken thighs. Number 3, give me a classic cheeseburger. Classic cheeseburger. You can keep the salad fixins. I don't need sweaty lettuce or sweaty tomatoes when I'm at a tailgate. Give me cheese, give me the burger, give me a bun, and maybe a couple condiments. I'm good to go. Cheeseburger belongs in the top 3 IMO. Number 2, this belongs up there again because of the time and the preparation and the planning it takes. Give me the beer brat. I want a good beer brat.
No.
You could throw a hot dog in there as well, as long as the hot dog is grilled and not
very
boiled.
Different things.
Yeah, but it's a wiener on a bun. Give me a beer brat, though. It's got to be beer brat. Give me a beer brat, maybe some peppers and onions to go with it, maybe some beer cheese on top. I'm good to go. I'm also very biased because we had beer brats last night. I came home and Tessa had some brats boiling and some Miller Lite in the crock pot. Oh my god, it was so good. Some garlic and onion. Fantastic. Yeah. It was fantastic. But yeah, I love a good beer brat with some beer cheese. And then number 1, I think this top tier, head and shoulders above the rest, because when I think tailgates, I always think of going to either Navy Notre Dame or Army Navy, which is typically in the colder weather. And the Navy grads usually do, or the Navy alumni usually do a chili cook-off for their classes. It's chili in the one spot. Because there's in my experience, again, it's probably way different than what you guys experience. There's always a plethora of chilies, and so you get to try all the different flavors, the heat levels, the spicinesses, the different proteins, right? You got some psychos that are coming out of the mountains with moose and elk in their chili. But it's fantastic. I gotta have chili in the one spot.
Missing the chili cook-off.
Yeah.
I'm missing the chili cook-off.
Yeah, so chili number 1 reigns supreme in my book. I'll hang up and listen.
Very good.
Solid.
Boy.
It's interesting.
Boy.
Yeah, interesting.
You're up.
So for mine, I wanted to be able to have a beer in one hand while eating in the other. Maybe there's some assembly required, but for the most part, I need to be able to eat with one hand, drink the beer in the other, right? So in the number 5 spot, I didn't go honorable mention this time. In the number 5 spot, I went with the assorted Italian meats and cheese and crackers. Very, very easy to do, and you can eat them at any time of the day. You can eat them in the morning, you can eat them in the afternoon, doesn't matter.
Charcuterie board.
It's not a charcuterie board. It's just meats, cheeses, and crackers.
Especially if they've been sitting out the whole day in the sun and you left during the third quarter and no one put them back into the cooler. It's cooked now. It's cured and cooked.
Correct. Eating it, yeah, there is no board. It's just there. All right? It's just meats, cheese, and crackers that are there, and you put them together and you eat it, and then you drink some beer. I have that in number 5. Number 4, I have the bagel sandwich. Specifically, I would prefer a sausage, egg, and cheese, but a bagel sandwich. Any sort of bagel sandwich will do, especially because a lot of tailgating that I've done, or college tailgating, started at 8 a.m. or earlier. So because our team kind of sucked, I mean, Nick's used to this. You get a lot of noon slots, right? You get a lot of noon games.
So hard to tailgate for that.
Yeah, it's a little rough. So you got to get there early, got to tailgate, get a good breakfast sandwich in you. That always helps there. Number 3, buffalo chicken dip. I think buffalo chicken dip is a staple, especially when it's done right. It's hard to mess up, but it's so good. That's another one you can literally take it, put it aside, just start crushing buffalo chicken dip. Does a great job. Number 2, I think it's one of the almost quintessentially perfect things for a tailgate is the hot dog. The hot dog is any jackass can make a hot dog. You can't mess it up. It's already pre-cooked.
Free hot dogs.
Just gotta heat.
Life.
No drinks though. Can't do it. But you can't mess it up, right? You just heat it up. Someone has a grill, you can boil it. Who cares? It's a hot dog. It's good. You start drinking, you throw back a couple hot dogs, you're good to go. And then number 1 is I'm very biased with this one, and it's very specific to Morgantown. It's the pepperoni roll. The Italian miners who brought it to the mines of West Virginia, it's designed to be efficient, calorie-packed fuel, right? It's a pepperoni roll that you can eat with one hand and drink a beer in the other. It's so easy. It's so delicious. I think it's like the perfect tailgating food, especially when you're in Morgantown. You can eat it at any time of the day. It doesn't matter. It's going to taste good. Especially you get a nice warm one, cold weather. Pepperoni roll is perfect. It just hits every single time. Then you wash it down with some Miller Lights and some moonshine. So
Pepperoni
that's my
roll's a good
list.
bowl.
I'll hang up.
I like it. So a lot of the same thinking you both did, I went with as well. So I have a couple honorable mentions just to say, just have them. But one is chips, and specifically Doritos and Ruffles. Like Ruffles, for whatever reason,
Ruffles do hit.
yeah, and I'm not ever sitting there going, I want to go get Ruffles from the pantry and eat them now. But if I'm at that tailgate and there's a bag of Ruffles there, I'm gonna eat some because like the boy said
Doritos
too.
is an odd choice.
No, Doritos
is an odd
oh,
choice.
it's fantastic. But again, like the boy
But
said, you get the big bag there. Maybe you're not supposed to jam your hand in there and dig some out, but
you
I do
it.
anyway.
You have to
anyway.
Tailgating rules. All right.
It's a communal experience.
I hate the plates. Hate it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to do it with some of the dips. I get it. I hate making a plate for a tailgate.
Yes.
I need to just grab it with my hand,
Yep.
eat it, and have my beer. Like
And especially
I don't want the plate.
With those giant like Costco sized bags you could get like Ruffles and Doritos from. You just pop it open, I just take a couple, and you said you have your drink. You don't have to do anything. It's just easy, right? And they taste great. They go with the beer, great. Other honorable mention: Jello shots.
I thought about putting that in there. I knew someone was gonna fucking do it. I thought about putting it in there.
It's a fine line between a drink and a food, but it's Jello. You're eating the shot, so
yes,
it's a
I
perfect
knew you were gonna
tailgate
want to
thing
eat
too.
your alcohol.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Frank, eating your alcohol, that is genius. But
Rum
no,
ham.
like the boys said, you have an early tailgate.
Yeah.
That's like the easiest way to get some momentum going, right? You get that sugar, you're eating something. There's some booze. Yes, obviously Jello shots. You ever had them? It's not like you're getting rip shit on rum ham with Jello shots.
It essentially does nothing. It just gives you that tweak.
Well,
Like,
yeah,
right.
it stops you from like you get the shake stopping, right?
Especially when you had when you were out the night before.
Stopping is crazy.
The DTs,
when you're
the delirium tremens are calming down. Just I got my fix. Like when they prescribe you a natural light in the hospital, that's just kind of get you stable.
Most college students are out the night. Well, I guess the ones tailgating are the ones that are out the night before until 2-3 a.m. And when they show up at 8 a.m., you're gonna have to get that fix going.
Correct. And that's a real thing, right? They carry beer in the hospital to be prescribed.
Yes, I do know that's a real thing.
Yes. Okay, just checking. Number 5, and I'm with Kamlo on this, boy. I know you tried to interject and say it's not the same, but to me, it's the same. It's the hot dog / sausage. And the reason I put it together is because of the idea of it's just a log of
wiener
meat
in a bun.
Yeah, a log of meat on the bun, right? And so, like you said, boy, you can hold that and scarf it down pretty easily while you have your drink with you. So that's why I put those together, because to me,
I don't know, if you could do a sausage and peppers versus like a hot dog versus a bratwurst. There's different variations.
There is, but to me,
whatever your Link style meat preference is, put it in this part of the list.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it just goes on the bun. It's easy to hold, and you just consume it quickly, and you're good to go. The next one here, number 4, is the only one really that like you need a plate for, and it's, again, I'm with you, boy. Like I'm not against the plates because you have to use both hands with pasta salad. I like pasta salad because it's easy. It's light. Like it's easy to go down and eat and consume it. You can kind of scarf that down a little bit, but it tastes really good, especially when you're combining all the other things that you are eating and drinking. It's almost like a little respite that you get.
It's a palate cleanser.
This fresh, nice and cold. For some of like you just talk about this weekend. It's gonna be hot tailgating, even if it's nice out.
Yeah.
Right. So it's a nice little, like you said, palate cleanser, cooling. Maybe that's where you get your only vegetables for the day. Is whatever they sprinkle in there. So give me pasta salad.
Eat around them.
Yeah, pick around them. Number 3 is chicken tenders. And I want that. That
Interesting.
is different from chicken wings. And again, it's because the same thing, right? You get a nice chicken tender from like Cane's, or you want to go to Bobo's,
Or
find
the
chicken,
nugget tray.
grab a thing, right? Yeah, just a big tray, and you got the sauces, and you just dip it, and you take pounds of those, literally, right? And they're just easy, and it's not that messy. Right, like the thing about it, you're not. Yeah, your fingers get a little kind of greasy, but you just wipe that on a napkin and you're done. It's not like I'm sitting there worried about getting stuff on me. Just pop it, dip it, couple bites, done, and
Your
you're
list
good.
needs to mature. So far, this is a toddler's lunch.
But that's
Pasta,
what
salad, chips, hot dog tenders.
it's what you do at a
That's
tailgate,
what a tailgate.
though.
That's what happens on tailgate. Hey, I will say though, I would take a tender over a wing at a tailgate
Absolutely.
because I can't. I have to use both
Throw
hands
the bone
to
on the
eat.
ground.
That's not
then
what
you
I'm
come
worried
back
about.
and there's all these animals around your car because you just chucked bones on the ground.
Okay, that's
You
not
gotta
what I was worried about.
Scare away the birds.
Where
That's
are
not-
you tailgating? Soviet Russia? It's just herds of wild animals.
That's not what
Yes.
I was worried about. What I was worried about is now you have messy hands. You have to
Yes, that
use
as well.
both hands if you're eating the flats. I understand you're a drum guy.
Finger
maybe you
looking
can-
good, baby.
but it's disgusting at a tailgate. Right?
You're getting all
You're
up in there,
using
you're
the porta
practically having
john.
sex with the
Imagine
wing.
Nick's Dorito finger.
Yeah,
Well, no, because
and then
you
you're
just
using the
pick up
porta
and-
john. You're not washing your hands coming out of that porta john.
Porta-john?
Who's got?
Well, your business in the woods, or go into a
Where are
building.
you tailgating, Nick?
Food
Where
you're
the
eating
hell are
is
you
like-
tailgating?
If you have the shakes, you probably have the runs too there, Mr. Jello Shot. So
Where are you
J-
tailgating,
J-Shot,
Nick? Where
you
you
mean
have?
J-Shot?
Where you just have?
Yeah.
J shot.
What do you think about that, Jay?
Angelo. Where are you tailgating that you have just woods there?
Plenty of places.
Where?
There's also always a building. You can go in buildings to go to the bathroom. There's some school-sponsored, sanctioned building right there.
Yeah, our school put out a
your
lines of
house.
porta johns, dude. What are you talking about?
Oh my God! All right, sorry,
Go into
Nick.
the
I said
alumni
pasta
center and take a
salad.
piss.
Pasta
Not
salad
all
and
of us
chicken
have
tenders.
the grounds at UVA. We tailgate in a hospital parking lot and we piss in a porta john.
We shit in marble.
Number 2, I have to me the 2 dips that are most popular: buffalo chicken dip, like the boy said, and spinach artichoke dip. Now, I know they're vastly different, but I feel like those are the 2 ones that you see, and that's kind of like why I highlighted both of them. Like you go to a tailgate this weekend for any of these games, if someone's making dip, they're making one of those for the most part, right? It'd be like kind of a
100%.
shock and a
agree.
surprise you showed up to a tailgate and they had a different dip from a buffalo chicken or spinach artichoke.
Wouldn't be
So-
interested in it.
Well, no, I would be very interested. I would definitely eat it. It's just these are just the ones you think of first.
You could take your
first off.
tzatziki dip and shove it up your ass. Give me buffalo chicken dip or spinach artichoke.
Yeah, basically.
French onion dip's always pretty good, especially with the
Depends.
Ruffles.
You mean like
Ruffles branded French onion.
a hell of a French onion?
With
Hell
the
of a
Ruffles,
good.
There.
Helva with the Ruffles chip
Yes.
is pretty damn good.
Yes.
I
Yeah, it's
crush
good.
those.
Good pull.
Yep. And then number 1, I have subs, like a sub wedge. Like if you get those like trays, or even if you ordered like longer subs somewhere and you cut them up, like that. Just again, hold it in one hand, eat it with the beer in the other. But
Pub
I just
sub platter.
on the platter, I just love. I mean, I'm a big sandwich sub person to begin
Yes,
with.
you are.
But that you
I'm
just
right
get
there
a
with
couple wedges of an Italian sub, right? I always like the butt end of it because I always think that one's easier to eat. To be honest, when they cut up the big subs into pieces,
Yes.
Because it doesn't slide. It doesn't
Correct.
slide out the back.
Yep.
Mhm.
And you say, well, you're not getting as much. I don't care if it's good bread. Then
Also, an obvious
don't care.
point of attack.
yes,
You
yes,
get a
that is
middle
why
section. You have
do I go-
3 points of attack. Where do I go? Yeah, sub was a big overlook for me. That's a good pull, Nick.
I
It's
thought about the
easy.
sub. I chose not to do the sub. I never really had because I was thinking about the tailgates I had at West Virginia, and we didn't really have the subs. Right?
Mm,
That was my reasoning.
that's fair.
Pepperoni roll is a large oversight on your part, though. Why? Because it's amazing.
I'm
At
sure
Radford,
it
we
is.
didn't have
Greatest
pepperoni
thing.
rolls. We had pizza logs or pizza cones. Sorry, we had pizza
Ooh.
cones.
Go
Pizza
for
cone.
That sounds
Interesting.
good.
You take the dough and you make a cone and you just fill it with all the pizza toppings and then bake it.
I do like that.
Highlanders pizza.
What
No,
goes
boy.
best with moonshine?
More moonshine.
The pieces of
Exactly.
fruit at the bottom of it.
Yeah.
Fruit. What do you mean fruit?
When I showed
You
up to
mean-
that UVA Clemson game, my dad got ripped off of some apple pie moonshine, and he kept referring to himself as Applejack Dad.
Yes.
Apple pie is always the staple,
Yeah, it tastes
especially
good.
when you
Plus,
get deep into that fall, like end of October, start of
it's on
November.
theme, right? Peak
Yeah.
foliage, apple pie. That's what you
But
want.
I tell you, you throw some white lightning in there. You throw some legit white lightning in there.
You get
That'll
that
make your
bathtub
bowl
shine
run.
that makes you go blind.
Yeah, that'll make your bowl run. And this
Shia
ain't no
LaBeouf.
This ain't no 5X whiskey. I can still see.
Yeah.
This bar keeps it cheap.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anything else before we move on to what to look for?
No, I'm ready to fucking tailgate. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Do it tomorrow.
Run it up.
So we'll move on to
Skip
our
work.
what to look for segment, brought to you as always by VB Cookie Co. Looking for the perfect way to stand out at the next event you are hosting? Well, custom cookies are a timeless way to have everyone still buzzing even after they leave. Look no further for your cookie needs than VB Cookie Co. Follow them on Instagram at VB Cookie Co. and message them to order yours today. Whether it is a bridal shower, birthday, engagement, or baby shower, their team will work with you to make all your cookie dreams come true. VB Cookie Co. for the sweetest moments. Boy, give the people something to look for.
Well, for me, it's college football, so we're gonna do that. Was wondering if it's frowned upon to put wine in a can, go into your daughter's, your 2-year-old gymnastics class at 10 a.m. in the morning because game day is on, and the games start right when we get home at noon.
Frowned
so.
upon, no, but illegal, yes. So
Is it?
it's an open container in public, dumbass.
No one knows that. It's in a can.
That's not.
Nowadays, who really isn't in public? You know what I mean?
If it's in a Diet Coke can,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
no one's gonna know. I gesture
Don't ask,
violently.
don't tell. For me, what to look for? Obviously, like we talked about, we have the finals. Top 30 golfers facing off for the FedEx Cup this weekend. That's huge. And then I'm also very much looking forward to seeing what the President's Cup rosters actually look like. I wasn't really paying attention to it earlier, but after talking about it on here, I am quite excited to see how those teams shape up. And I'd imagine with less than a month until opening ceremonies for the President's Cup, we're going to get the names in the next week. So that's what I'll be looking for.
Yeah, I think they're just waiting for the championship here to
Probably.
wrap up. Yep.
Don't want to steal anyone's thunder.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thunder
Boy, and they want to have as long of a look at people, right? Like say
holster the guns.
hell, say Gary Woodland comes out and wins this thing, right? That changes everything, right?
Yes, it does.
So I got a couple things here. The Premier Lacrosse League playoffs, the first round in Minneapolis is this weekend on Saturday. You have the Denver Outlaws will take on the California Redwoods in the Western Conference. The winner plays the Utah Archers in a couple weeks. And then on the Eastern Conference side, you have the Maryland Whip Snakes against the Boston Cannons. And the winner will play the number one team in the league this year, the Philadelphia Water Dogs. Again, that will be in a couple weeks. I think Labor Day. Maybe it's next weekend. No. Labor Day itself, that Monday. So it's not a couple weeks, it's just a little more than out from that is when the semifinals are. Serie A, Italian Serie A, you have Napoli versus hosting Como. All right, two teams who I believe I thought they both made Champions League from last year, playing against each other early in the season. Should be a good, fun matchup there. I thought your boy Cesc Fabregas is still the manager at Como, but that would have to be double checked as well. And I thought Napoli still had like De Bruyne and Lukaku. No, Lukaku's not on there. McTominay on there, and who's Odegaard? No, is it Odegaard? Well, I thought it was one of the Norwegian or Danish studs on them as well. So that should be a fun, good matchup there in Serie A on Sunday. And then the U.S. Open, tennis U.S. Open main draw starts this Sunday in Flushing Meadows, Queens. Carlos Alcaraz and Aryna Sabalenka, those are your defending singles champions there in New York. Anything else before
I bet that guy
this
could
up?
cover a lot of court. Hey, buddy, they just invented it. It's called a napkin.
You don't think she'd be that
got right in there.
Superficial.
official?
Why not?
Why
I
not?
would be.
She tried to give you it's not you, it's
I
your
heard-
routine.
I heard you really inhaled that thing. Did anyone tape it?
Costanza. By
That line from
Menon.
Elaine is so good. Just walking in cold and just going, I heard you really inhaled that thing. Did anyone tape it?
I feel like she's trying not to laugh.
She definitely is.
I mean, they definitely were in so many things, but that one, I think she's like holding it together there with that. All right. Anything else before we wrap this weasel up? Okay. That's going to do it for us here at What Caught My Eye, or WCME Sports. Don't forget to follow us on all of our social media. That's on X, Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, TikTok, Snapchat, and Threads at WCME_sports. Our episodes drop every Wednesday at noon on Spotify, YouTube, and iHeartRadio. And all that information can be found on our website, WCMEsports.com. For the boy, Stephen Vesci, and the man, Stephen Comlow, I am the coach, Nick Vesci, reminding you to be decent to each other. Have a good one, and we will see you next time. Take care, Guatemala.